Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Jane Kenny's Creation, and my name is Jane. I live in Australia. Here we talk about everything Australia, everything relocation to Australia, different types of visas, how life in Australia is, and things to expect when you finally come over living in Australia. Okay, today we're going to talk about visa 482. Okay, it's called temporary skill shortage visa. It's about the current skill shortage in Australia. You know about the pandemic, the aftermath of pandemic, and everything is affected a lot of countries and leading to shortage of workforce. Australia is inclusive. Please, if you are watching my video for the first time, you're a new person in my channel, please do like my video. Please do subscribe to my channel for more to come. All right, so we talk about visa 482. Visa 482 is a hope for professionals that are trained outside of Australia. Okay, so visa 482, which is temporary skill shortage visa, has a lot of list of occupation in it, a lot. Okay, doctors, nurses. I know you will say yeah, it's always about doctors, nurses. No, there are engineers, lab scientists, social workers, so many. Okay, I can't remember all of them. Okay, so I will drop a link in the description section that will lead you to visa 482 section. There, when you read that page, you will see the list of occupation. Click on it and see if your own occupation is inclusive. Okay, there are different other type of visas that are temporary work visa as well, but today is about 482. It's about the shortage workforce currently going on. Australian government is actually pressed to bring a lot of overseas trained professionals into Australia. Okay, but today specifically we're going to talk about the nurses in regards to visa 482. Okay, currently AHPRA has a plan for overseas trained nurses. Okay, AHPRA is Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency. So they regulate all health practitioners working in Australia. Before you're allowed to practice in Australia as a health practitioner, you must be registered by AHPRA. Okay, be you doctor, nurses, physiotherapists, psychologists, occupation therapists, and so on. Okay, they are under AHPRA. So AHPRA has a pathway to register overseas trained nurses, inclusive of nurses from Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, every other country, Asian countries, some European countries that don't recognize previously is in that list. Okay, so what do you do? How do you get over here as a nurse to practice? Okay, the first part is to get registered. If you get registered with AHPRA, you're a hot cake. Like, you make your choices. There are so many agencies looking for overseas trained nurses. There is shortage of nurses currently, and the Australian government is actually pressed to bring overseas trained nurses. That's why AHPRA currently has, if you go to their website, you will see assessment for overseas trained nurses, just like that. So you are not even coming over to do university qualification like previous. You have to come over and do like 2 years before you get registered. No, this time around they have a pathway, a process. Okay, I'm going to drop the link to AHPRA for international trained nurses registration section, so that when you click on it on the description section, it will take you directly to that page, and I will go through that page, the initial part of that page, with you in this video. Okay, so what is this all about? This video today is just to tell you that if you are trained outside of Australia, there is a hope for you. Okay, to come over and start working, like not even studying. If you go through all the registration process, you come over and you start working. All right, so when you go through that, register, look for job. Please read about 482 visa as well, because there are so many conditions. There are 3 parts to it. So you know the options. When you finally get a job, your employer you argue with your employer that this is what you want, the best option whatsoever. That's what you'll be going for. Okay, that will be a video for another day. But if you are not another profession that is not nurses, there is still hope for you. Go to that list, the link for visa 482 in my comments, in my description section. Click on it. You will go through the list and see if your occupation is there. Okay, let me take you through to the AHPRA section of registration for overseas trained nurses. Okay. When you click the link I drop in the description section of this video, you come over to this page. So this is the page you will see. This is a nursing and midwifery board. Is in AHPRA page. Okay, so remember AHPRA has so many bodies. So this body is only for nursing and midwifery. They have doctors, they have psychologists, occupational therapists, physiotherapists, dentists, and so on. But this particular page is for nurses. Okay, so the link will lead you to this page. This page is for internationally qualified nurses and midwives. You see that? So I will urge you to read approved program of studies, blah blah blah, oversee qualification of nurses and so on. Read them, but let's quickly go to all these sections. So fact sheet, read this before you apply. Things you need to know, just click them and read. Okay, don't get overwhelmed. If it's overwhelming to you, calm down, relax, revisit, and please have pen and paper ready to write down your stuff as you go through. I want us to quickly, okay, see, there are things also, examination registration, depending on the pathway you are going. Okay, so the first step they advise you to do after reading all this is to go through this self-check and portfolio. I'll quickly click it. Okay, so this is it. This is the page you'll find. So this self-check and portfolio, when you do this self-check, this is the first part of your application process to make sure that at least you are qualified to register in Australia. Okay, so this self-check and portfolio, when you do it, it's like they're asking you a question where you answer. Okay, so after answering all the questions they've asked you, it's just like, have you done this, that you put. It's not like an exam, it's just a normal question. It has nothing to do with nursing, like it's not like a practical stuff. So we'll quickly go through it, some section, and see how it goes. So when you do that, okay, let's see that completing the self-check. Let's click this, please. Completing the self-check. I want to be quick with this, okay, because I want to go as far as I can. So it will explain to you what this self-check entails. And so now when you do this self-check, it will categorize you. Is either in stream A, B, or C. You see that? Okay, depending on the information you've given to them and where you obtain your qualification and everything about your qualification and so on. This is the kind of information they'll be asking you. So depending on the stream you are placed, that will determine what they will need from you. And also that will determine the levels you will go through, the stages and the process of your own registration. So your registration may be different from the other person. That's why they do the self-check. So in this very page, remember this very page now, if you go down the page, it's still explaining about explaining the self-check for you. When you quickly go down here, I want you to quickly read this, read that, but when you are ready to apply, ready to complete the self-check. So this is where you complete the self-check. You click this and you commence your self-check. Okay, now the self-check, who is supposed to do this self-check is someone that's qualified internationally as a nurse. And you're not supposed to do this if you're an agent or you qualify in Australia or New Zealand or yeah. So if you have registered before with AHPRA, you're not supposed to do this. I am not supposed to do this self-check, but I want to follow you and go through it and see. I will stop at some point when they start asking about personal information, because I studied my nursing in Australia. So this page is not for me, but let's quickly go. So next page, privacy statement, we click next and we go down, disclaimer, we click yes, next. And please read all this information, is very important. Down it says what profession or division. Okay, choose, are you a nurse, a midwife, registered nurse or midwife? I will say registered nurse here. I'll use registered nurse. I'm a registered nurse. Yeah, so registered nurse, click next. This will be no. Next. This will be no. Next. And this will be no. I don't have any letter. I haven't done this before. If I that next, and I chose Nigeria. So it said click the country. Let's see, Nigeria is there. Nigeria. Sorry. So I click Nigeria. I search for Nigeria. Nigeria is there. Let's see, Kenya. Quickly search other African country, for example. Kenya is there. Let's search Ghana. Ghana is there. Okay, let me go back to Nigeria and see and go with Nigeria. Then I chose Nnamdi Azikiwe University because when I was typing, it came out. See? You see that? Nnamdi Azikiwe University. So you search your university. Luckily, mine is here, for example. And I will go on and enter title of my qualification. What do you have? BSc nursing and so on. Okay? Then you keep going. I want to stop here. Right. So when you've done all this self-check now, AHPRA will then give you the list of things, documents or process you need to go through. Okay? Please, you don't need agents for this. This is something you do for yourself because you can provide the document yourself. You can go online and search for how to build your portfolio if it's required and so on. And when you finish, AHPRA will tell you the process involved because they streamline you according to stream A, B, or C. They will tell you what they need from you, whether you need to write an exam. If they ask you to write an exam, that exam, people are passing it. So all you need is to go online and find there are agencies as well that help you prepare for that exam. So you can search that online and prepare for the exam, the documents they need you to get, and so other thing. I am asked for question. If you need question, if you want to ask me question, please drop question in the comment section and I will direct you rightly. Okay, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and do like my video as well. There are more to come in this channel. So we talk about relocation to Australia, living in Australia, and when you finally come over, how you're going to see life and live life. And I will tell you again, Australia is a beautiful country, very beautiful country. And when you come over here, there are so many jobs for you. Okay, thank you and God bless you. See you in the next video.